obviously I'm going for monkey fish.
Do I have a choice?
No. I stole it.
Okay. Old pendulous breast herself.
Chase you through a cave. I know you do outside.
And we're going to talk about how wrong you are after this.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Monsters Lounge. That's right. We are back live. Yay! I'm Jeni, by the way.
And I'm Tressa.
And we have some energy happening tonight because I do. I'm excited. I'm excited to be back.
Me too. I am just tired.
Well, listen, I have some cheery things to share.
I would love some cheery things.
Yeah, some cheery things to share. It starts off a little bit of a sad story, but have you heard of Punch the Monkey? And no, it is not an activity, and it is also not a band.
Okay, first off, no, of course it's not a band or an activity. Yes, I
sounds
know
like a
about
band name.
Punch. Yes.
Okay.
But yes, I know about Punch the Monkey, and it broke my heart for days straight, and I hated it. It was all over social media. It made me sad every single time I saw it.
That's why I don't know about it.
Broke my heart.
But listen, he's making friends. He is making friends, and he's learning how to do things from the other monkeys. Like he was carrying a stick around today at some point, which is, I mean, I guess something
Someday
really
I
cool.
hope to learn how to carry a stick around. But until then, I'm just lonely and sad, like Punch a week ago.
But they got him the little guy, and he's so cute. The little stuffed animal. Look at that.
Yeah, his only friend because everyone else was mean to him because he was different. That's sad.
Well, guess what?
Yeah, I know he's got friends.
Monkeys are stop being mad at him and now like him. That was the worst sentence I think I've said in a long time. It did not work out very well.
We all got the point. It's fine. It's fine.
Listen. So I was looking up stories, and of course, because this is what I've been doing lately, instead of actually, interacting with people online or otherwise, I've just been following clickbait here and there. But I did find the perfect image, and I love it so much. It's about I hate the clickbait thing because it's like this particular one is like, what you're drinking now that causes Alzheimer's. It's like, oh no, what is it? And you go and they don't actually say anything.
They're like, it's water. Just existing.
But this made me so happy, and I know that it's gonna make you happy too, because I feel like it might be us in like 30, 40 years.
Okay.
What they're drinking.
Are they drinking olive oil? What's happening in these pictures?
I think that they are, but the top one looks like she's drinking straight out of a bottle of Jack, and it just tickles me to no end that here they are, these little old ladies, just chugging away.
I cannot see these photos very well. Are they actual photos of older women guzzling whatever that is, or is this AI?
I'm sure it's AI in some way, shape, or form, but the photos do look pretty good. If you were seeing them on a phone screen, say.
Okay.
Listen, don't harsh my buzz over the old ladies chugging stuff. Okay.
As long as it's olive oil, I'm happy about it. Because that's weird, and weird makes me happy.
Pretty sure it's olive oil then, those ladies.
Okay, thank you. I love it.
Yeah, loving the olive oil. Listen, we have a returning guest tonight.
I know, I'm excited.
And I could not be more thrilled because she is just so sweet. And when you meet her in person, she's this little ray of sunshine and light, and she just being around her makes you feel like everything's going to be okay.
Agreed.
Yeah. So tonight we have Jodi Dehn.
Hey.
Yeah. So help me welcome Jodi Dehn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just going right into it.
Okay. Yay.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yay. Yay.
Hey guys, hey, that was wonderful what you said to me, but actually I'm one of those little old ladies that sits there with a bottle.
Is it olive oil?
I didn't want to say that on the podcast.
There have been moments, let me just say that.
We've all had our
Weird.
moments.
Yeah, no, I'm back with you too. I'm just thrilled when I got your message, Jenny, saying you want to come back on. I'm like, yes,
Please. I mean, we were reviewing people that we wanted on, and I'm like, let's have on for right now. Just people that bring joy and sunshine into our lives.
Yes.
I'm here. I'm here, ladies. Yep.
Last time you were here, we talked about the fact that you're an ordained chaplain and an angel light worker, and that you have survivor angel. Mm-hmm. We knew I was going to stumble on some words someplace. I'm just surprised it wasn't your name. Survivor Angels, your website, and there we go. And you help people kind of get through trauma and come out on the other side a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
You also offer a great deal of classes or workshops that people can obviously sign up for. I don't know why I'm explaining what a workshop is. But there we go.
Because it's tonight.
Yeah. I've been out of this for 2 weeks. Okay. So listen,
this is going to be fun.
It's going to be something.
Yep. Gonna be. Shut your mouth. We're having the best time.
Already. Yes.
I started off the show yet again, bumming Tressa out. So this is going to be great. Anyway, you have a workshop coming up dealing with sacred geometry.
Yes, I do.
Now, this is a fascinating topic. Very, very cool. Very interesting. For me, it kind of switches on that little piece, almost like, theoretical sort of physics, quantum physics kind of does, where I don't really understand it, but it's very interesting. And I like all the big words that happen, quite honestly. But could you explain it a little bit to us?
Well, the easiest way to explain it, like right in a nutshell, is it's the blueprint of the universe or for the universe. And that includes everything, absolutely everything in the universe, from the trees to spirals, everything out in the galaxy, anything that you can think of that has a geometric shape, which goes right down to our little cell thingies that we've got in us. We all are part of sacred geometry. It's what connects us. It is the blueprint. It's that simple. I've got a whole long explanation. I have notes here because like I was telling you beforehand, this can get so spread out and so complicated. It's like, I'm going to keep us tracking here tonight, because otherwise we're going to go off on so many rabbit holes and offshoots that everybody will be going, they're all drunk. We're all just fine.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Maybe a little olive oil, but outside of that.
Already. Yeah. So, I mean, just a real simplified definition of it. That's what it is. Let me give you the long version, which I so I can read this.
Please.
All right. So sacred geometry is the study of patterns and proportions that are believed to be the underlying blueprint of creation. It's the architect. Here's the part that most people don't understand. It's the architect of consciousness expressed through form. People don't connect the consciousness piece to the sacred geometry. But this is going to go into the mind stuff too, which is why it gets so complicated, because people just think, well, it's just out here in the netherland, whatever is out there, or in things that are tangible, but it's not. It's right down into our very core and our psyche and all of that good stuff, all of the energy in the cosmos, everything.
Well, I'm overwhelmed. I'll see you guys later.
Stop right there. All right, show's done. No.
Well, my familiarity with it stops after how often you can see it in nature, right? Like the perfection of a spiral, or I was watching a video on the sunflower seeds.
Yes.
And the sunflower seeds, like it's a really interesting little video because they go in patterns, and it's essentially where numbers line up to be in such a way that the next number is the sum of the prior two numbers, which is weird and wild.
Right.
But how does this, so I can understand it if it's down into your molecules, and it's certainly then wired in our brains. But as far as like our consciousness goes, like how does that fit in?
So yeah, great question. Great. And of course, there are those that would say this is all just strictly conjecture. Well, we know everything out here is just conjecture. You know, scientists have proven some things. And it's like, well, but all of a sudden they get something thrown at them that just throws what they thought they knew right out the window. So we always have to take this with a grain of salt. Our consciousness is energy. That is the energy piece of us. It's not something we can see. It's not something we can touch or feel. It is simply energy. It's just like the stars are energy. It's like angels are energy. It's like this table is energy. It's like the sunflower seeds are energy. I grew up in North Dakota where there are fields of sunflowers. And the first time I ever saw one of those centers, I was just like, bam, I am hooked on this. You know, it was freaking amazing to see that thing. Okay, so the way it is it goes in a spiral. Now think about a spiral in 3D. It's going around. It never comes back to the same point, right? It's either going up or it's going down. And I'm going opposite from what I'm saying. That's how my brain works. But yes, so with a spiral, what you can say with consciousness is you are coming back to the same point in a different location. Does that make sense? Because you come back around and it's like you're there, but you're really here right below it.
Yeah. Okay. So so almost like a spring.
Yes.
Okay.
But see, this is how loopy this gets.
Yeah.
And so with sacred geometry, that's why you can't just talk about the tetrahedron and the hexahedron and the osmosahedron and all of those, you know, the cube, at least that's an easy one to pronounce. Because like in the class that I'm going to teach coming up here, we start at the first thing, which is the point, which, you know, that's where you start, is with the point, and the next thing you do is you go to the line, because you have to go back to the very beginnings of good old high school geometry. You know, like I said earlier, I was not good in geometry at all. I could do algebra and all that other stuff, and geometry just escaped me. But now, in working with sacred geometry, it's starting to make sense again. And it's like, I really wish I would have paid more attention in class, and then I wouldn't have struggled with this for so long. But well, here we are. So yeah, every once in a while, I'm going to look weird on the screen because I have a McAfee thing that keeps popping up my screen that I have to get rid of, or I can't see your beautiful faces.
Okay.
But the thing with it is because of how we are wired as humans, we've got that fourth dimension known as time. And that screws us up every single time. So we have to take the time element out of it And like I want to say, you have to sort of feel like you're an astronaut who is just floating out in space somewhere as you're moving through all of this stuff, as you're trying to figure out sacred geometry. Because then, of course, I'm going to throw this in a little bit early here, is you have the Matrix piece. And we all love Keanu Reeves, and we all love the movies. In
Yes,
fact,
we do.
my husband said the other day, we have to go back and binge watch those again. And so the piece of how the Matrix fits into this is, and I'm going to read this too, so I get this right. Let me find it here.
That's okay. Take your time. I'm just thinking about Keanu Reeves. It's all right.
Yeah, right. I'm going to be distracted. You go ahead, dream.
Just come on.
So,
dark eyes, dark hair. Yes, we were saying we were in a podcast. Is that what's happening? What's going on? Okay.
Sacred geometry, think of it as the pattern of reality.
Okay.
Okay. Even though we're talking about all these different shapes, all these different geometric shapes, but think of it as the pattern of reality. We have to think of it more in terms of just patterns. Well, then the matrix is the framework through which reality is experienced. Go back to the movie. They got a lot of stuff right in that movie. I mean, there's some stuff that it's like, okay, that's artistic license to do some of that. But a lot of the basic stuff that they had in that movie is absolutely right. So in that way, sacred geometry and matrix are interconnected. They are not the same thing, but they're interconnected. You have to have sacred geometry in order to be able to do the matrix. Sacred geometry is the root piece, the core piece of everything.
So when you say do the matrix, are you talking about being able to sort of control things if you see the pattern in them?
Yes, to a certain extent, that's true, because it's all about perception, right? And so if you're, and that's, we build our own reality. That's it. What's reality to Tressa is not reality to Jeni, which is not reality to me. Basically, Sarah Lemos and I taught a whole thing at St. Augustine last week. And I at one point said to the whole group, I said, you are all a figment of my imagination. And they thought I'd lost my mind. But it's true, because reality is different for everybody. The way that we all have this same image of each other has to do with how we process things. And that's the matrix. That's where we create our perception, which becomes our reality. How do those things become aligned? Let me explain this to you. My first husband was a inner city police officer, almost 40 years. And when he was going through the academy, one of the first things they taught them is, how do you identify people? Because you can have 5 eyewitnesses to something. You can put 5 people up in a lineup, and they're going to tell you at least 2 people are the person that did the crime, whatever it was. At least 2 people, if not 3 people in that 5-person lineup. It's because of our perception, and it's different for every one of us. Now,
that's super interesting.
Yeah. So think about it this way. Our universe is galaxy upon galaxy upon galaxy upon galaxy. That's how many different perceptions there are just in our world, is as many as what there are galaxies out there. You will never have 2 people with the same perception of anything. Never.
Right.
Whether it's visually, whether it's intellectually, whether it's spiritually, anything. And that's where sacred geometry comes into play, because it organizes everything so that then the matrix takes over and then screws it all up. It makes it
Fantastic.
different for everybody, right? Jeni, I'm sorry.
Well,
As
we're
we
gonna
watch my face try to conceptualize all of this.
we're gonna let you conceptualize for a second and take this break real quick.
Goodness.
Have you been feeling called to explore your intuitive gifts and deepen your spiritual practice? Then Pathways to Spirit was created for you. Sarah Lemos has been teaching Pathways to Spirit for over 16 years. And in that time, she's watched hundreds of students grow into their gifts with confidence and clarity. This isn't just about learning tools. It's about understanding how your energy works and how to use it with intention. Over 6 months, you'll learn about your own intuitive abilities and how they show up, along with many esoteric tools and practices to help explore your potential. But this course is about more than just learning. It's about embracing your sensitivity and living your best life. Register now at mediumsarahlemos.com. It's time to uncover your gifts and abilities. Are you ready to join this extraordinary journey?
Hey, that was my buddy, Sarah.
I know!
And I highly recommend her courses. Highly recommend them.
We love her. She's fantastic.
Oh my goodness. Seriously though.
Very special. So, okay, so while you were in the break, I was going back through some of my notes here. Matrix is actually the Latin word for womb or the beginning of something. So when you take that definition and plug it in to where I say it's where our perception, our reality begins, it makes more sense.
Right. Okay.
It's the womb. So it's the birthing of reality, a birthing of perception.
Okay.
So where science studies how all of this works, what sacred geometry does is it asks, why is everything structured so beautifully? Until then the matrix comes and goes.
I like that.
Okay. I'm still with the matrix idea that's what's sort of like disrupting all of the. So if everything is this sacred geometry and we are of this sacred geometry, then it's almost as if like us as individuals were kind of perfection, but then this other thing is kind of coming in and coloring those perceptions and altering what's going on.
Right.
So moving us away from the more perfect ideal.
Yep.
All right. Okay. I'm with you. That was just me talking out loud to explain it to myself.
Right. No, and that's how I get things too. And the biggest factor in that is fear.
Oh, I could get behind that. Yeah, for sure.
Right. Yep. So then how do you take the matrix and sort of start gluing things back together so the fear starts to subside, right? You know, and you get back to the true core of sacred geometry. That's where the veil comes in. The veil is a filter for the matrix. Okay. And one thing that people are really under the misconception about is that when the veil thins, it stays thin. Oh no. Oh Lord. Oh my God. We would all be so overwhelmed. We'd all be running, screaming for, God knows what.
Okay.
The veil thins and then it thickens again. And then it thins and it thickens. And so it goes by your perception of everything that's going on around you. Like, what was it, about 3 years ago or so, everybody's going, oh my God, the veil is thinning and the veil is thinning and the veil is thinning. And I'm thinking, it can't get much thinner, people, there's not going to be any more veil. Which
I feel like people say that once every few months, like everyone freaks out and okay,
right.
there's nothing left to thin at this point.
Isn't it kind of like the Mercury in retrograde of the paranormal world? It's like the veil is thinning.
Yes.
Like
The sky is falling, the sky
like a
is falling.
thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
oh, guys, don't blame me. The veil is thinning.
Yeah. But so the veil is doing this filtering when your perception is completely out of whack, when the matrix has got stuff just absolutely terrifying you, or has you so anxious or so depressed. So then the veil does this, it's down to thin, but then as a protective measure, the veil will stop filtering as much, so it starts to thicken again and you're not so overwhelmed. So the veil is like a protective boundary. It's not some flimsy little curtain veil, thing that you'd put over your head like when you get married, you're a bride. It's nothing like that.
Okay.
It's a protective boundary that we have in our consciousness is what it is.
So it's almost like a dam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or it's like the dam. Yeah.
The
dam
one
is
that
there.
lets water out occasionally.
Right.
That one.
Yeah. Or it's the dam where it's got a leak and it sticks a finger and plugs the leak for a while and then it opens it. Yeah.
I do have a question for you regarding fear, because in my life, in my perception of fear, right, it's a natural and a helpful tool in survival. So when we're talking about like fear getting in, is that like the sort of basing actions off of fear, or living in fear? Is that it's like an unhealthy sort of thing, right? Because and how does that go? Because for me, like fear, it's built in, right? It's your survival. It keeps you alive a lot of times.
Yes. Yeah. And we need fear. You're absolutely right. That is a protection for us. When fear becomes a problem is when you can't escape it anymore. So like when I'm talking with trauma survivors, and the first thing I tell them is, you're not a victim. And they look at me and they go, well, I had this horrible thing happen to me. How can you say I'm not a victim?
Mm-hmm.
You are a victim only in the moment of that event.
Right.
After that, you're a survivor. And see, when they can't make that leap from victim to survivor because the event has passed,
Mm-hmm.
they're stuck in that fear.
Got it.
And that's when the matrix has grabbed hold of them. It's their matrix that has done it. It's their perception that something is still going to happen to them. Or they keep having the nightmares, so they keep reliving it. That sort of thing. That's the matrix at work, overreacting. And it needs the veil to come in to start filtering, saying, you're okay. You are safe now. And, you have these things in place, or you have access to get help here, whatever the case might be.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's why people have anxiety and depression, because they can't let go of those fears.
Right.
Or singular fear. Mm-hmm.
All right. Interesting. Okay.
Well, you want to hear something really weird?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Because I'm just a wealth of weird information.
Have you met Tressa?
Yes. Boy, we spent a lot of time together. Yeah. Okay. So because I was in the military and I've counseled a lot of veterans and everything, PTSD is well known. They've got it from one situation or another. Even if they weren't deployed, they have some form of PTSD.
Yeah.
So there's a treatment called deep TMS. And I should know what the TMS stands for. I know the M is magnetic something. What they do is they put this helmet on your head and they start pulling your brain back into place. Because in trauma, and when you have continuous fear, the frequencies, the sound waves coming into your brain start to alter the structure of your brain. This is proven.
Oh, that is fascinating.
Right? My son, 20-year combat veteran, he's retired now, came out. Let me put it to you this way. For 7 years after his retirement, he lived in the bottle.
Yeah.
He was admitted to the hospital 29 times in 7 years. The 29th time, the doctor said to him, either you get a grip and change this, or the next time I'm going to be pronouncing you dead when you come in.
Mm.
He went and got the TMS treatment. His video is out on YouTube under Katie's Way, if anybody wants to go check it out. And so they did this whole helmet thing with him and everything. He doesn't think about drinking. He doesn't want to drink. He doesn't drink at all. The nightmares are now manageable. He is now the national director for this company, because you would never know anything was ever wrong with him, because his brain, and so the frequencies and sound waves going through his brain are going through as they are supposed to. And he's leading a normal functioning life. I know my husband said he's nothing short of a miracle, because he saw him at his worst too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the honest to God truth. So all of this with sacred geometry, said, it's about your consciousness, and the matrix with, how is your reality functioning, your perception, and then you've got the veil filtering all this stuff. So I said, it all comes back to your head. It's all back to your head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is incredibly fascinating.
But that's also why it's so complicated.
Yeah. Like, and I have so many more questions, but it definitely involves, like the nervous system and resetting trauma, which I feel like is not tremendously interesting at the moment to anybody else. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. Oh, isn't Crystal just
thank you? Deep transcranial stimulation. Thank you, Crystal.
And that is our friend Crystal, who is just a delight.
Yes, she is.
Yes, yes. I think we're friends on social media somewhere.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't want to brag, but I got a Christmas card. I'm just saying.
I didn't. Maybe next year. I'll send angels and then I'll get Christmas cards. Yeah, and like I said, I could go into all the little idiosyncrasies of sacred geometry, but that's why I'm teaching the class, because I have no idea how many classes it will be. I'm just starting at levels.
Yeah.
And
is this an in-person class, or
want to take it?
Is it solely in person, or can you take it virtually as well?
I'm doing it just as in person, 2 hours each level, because people have questions, and if I have it all pre-recorded online,
are you sure people are going to have questions? I think it's pretty cut and dry.
They'll just be looking at me.
That's very explainable.
Yeah, so we'll just see how long it goes, and that way they can stick with it as long as they want to stick with it too. If they come to the first one and they go, oh, yep, nope, I got my head's not going to wrap around this, then that's fine. I never take it personally at all, because it's wild stuff.
It is,
and very complicated.
Yes. So wait till I start telling you about how it works in paranormal investigations.
Well, that's going to be the next. That's going to be the next thing that we talk about, because otherwise, I'm just going to start asking you about brain structure and whatnot. But anywho, we could talk about that via Messenger or something. I will have questions, follow-up questions. You will regret introducing me to this. Anyway, so yes, what does it have to do with paranormal investigations?
All right, so let me get to my page on that, because I want to make sure I get this right, because I know you have got a lot of paranormal people out there. So okay, like I said, it already has to do sound waves, frequencies, all of that. That's just a give. It's called harmonic resonance levels, and I mean, ley lines are part of this, circular patterns, stone circles, Stonehenge, all of that kind of stuff. That all comes into sacred geometry. That the core of all of those things is sacred geometry. But these harmonic resonance locations, they're things like caves and dome structures and underground chambers and all of that. Have I got enough time? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what it does is it's resonance, right? Music is resonance. I don't think anybody will argue that point. That's audible geometry. Music is audible geometry.
Oh, Tressa is going to be talking about that for a while.
Geometry
I
flows
love
in
that.
music. So music is geometry in motion.
Yeah. Now I've heard that because of how there's something famous, and I don't know I don't remember what it is, but there's a sound,
Math?
right?
Are you thinking about math?
Oh,
Something about math.
solfeggio frequencies?
Yes, there it is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, the solfeggio frequencies.
Mhm.
Love
Love
it.
them. Yep. So music is the frequency layer of the matrix.
Okay.
That's the frequency running through the matrix. It interacts with the grid of the matrix and it causes vibrations. Remember, this is all energy, so it's got to be vibrations with frequencies and everything. So music, I'll get to the paranormal piece even if it's after break. Music affects us emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, because it's all these vibrations and frequencies that go through our consciousness.
Yeah, which they're studying more and more lately as well,
Yes.
by the way, like the different healing properties, like physical healing properties of different
And they're using it in
hertzes.
propaganda for negative reasons. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool.
Right? Yes, I mean, that's true.
I know.
And I've heard this since I was first a mom, which my son is 47, that they said babies, as soon as they're born or even before you have them, start playing them Mozart.
Yes.
Mozart is the most complicated and intricate composer we have ever had, and their brains just start to form and build and grow and all of that. And so one type of music that is super, super good for keeping your matrix healthy and keeping your sacred geometry then aligned with the universe is Gregorian chant.
I love it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it's just the voice. It's just the human voice. It's the male human voice, which I hate to throw that in, but it has to do with the resonance levels.
Mhm.
They
is
gotta
what
be
it
good for something,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Bam. And it's the patterns that they use. That is one of the best things that you can listen to. And like Sarah and I, when we have our events, we always give people playlists. I always put some Gregorian chants in there. And we have some of our regulars that come and they always say, did you put another Gregorian chant in there? I go, yes. They go, I can't listen to that. I said, that tells me you need to listen to that.
Yes.
But it's because it alters our emotional, mental, spiritual, physical health is what it does when you're listening to the right type of music. You have to bring yourself back in alignment with sacred geometry, which is back in alignment with the universe.
Okay.
And the angels play a key role in that because the angels are the keepers of music. Metatron is the keeper of sacred geometry. Sandalphon is the keeper of music. 2 archangels. And
Okay.
all the other
Thank you
angels.
for telling me that because I had no idea what those names were.
They are the 2 angels who were once human.
Yeah.
To be an
That's what
angel,
it
you
sounded like.
never have been human, but those 2 were granted archangel status because of the connection to sacred geometry and to music. And that's a whole nother long show that we'll do sometime, maybe.
Yes.
I'll have you guys come on my show.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful. Where we just ask you questions.
I'll have questions for you. Yeah, to help sort it all out.
Oh, sign us up.
Yeah.
So
That's
see, we've gone from sacred geometry to the matrix to the veil to frequencies and music and angels. You guys are good. You guys are really
all
good.
right. Well then,
Perfect. Our job is
we're
done.
all set. Yeah.
We're good. We're good. So that's super interesting because like, and it's popped up over some recent shows that we've had, is this idea of sound and how much people are studying it at the moment. Like we had Shayna on, and she was talking about new underwater sounds that they're starting to really study, some of the noises that they're recording underwater and really getting into that. And then like healing sounds and the resonance there. And then we had, who was it that was talking about the sounds with Bigfoot?
Everyone that talks about Bigfoot?
No. He was talking about like the hummingbirds. He had the hummingbird story that was at like 30 megahertz, and
it was someone recent, but
yeah,
yes.
maybe Chris Olsen. Yeah, it's possible. Anyway, he was talking about how Bigfoot seemed to be attracted and also angry at this one particular sound because they make that sound back and forth anyway.
Oh, okay. And see, that makes.
Let's continue this sound conversation right after this.
Oh, hey, Tressa. Jeni? Oh, I'm just reading my book by international TV sensation, Dave Schrader. I'm reading the book, too. I don't remember the name of it or who wrote it, but yeah. There, I like your shirt. You? I got it on monstersloungepodcast.com. You've got a great shirt, too. Oh, that's so weird. I got it at monstersloungepodcast.com, too. They have really great stuff. A whole variety. I know, right? They have everything. Shirts. Tote bags. Clutches. A phone case, I think. It's the best.
You guys are so awesome. I just love you.
On our list is some more commercials. So we've got some great commercials coming up, but it does need to be a little bit warmer.
Yes.
Outside, because we have to do part of it outside so that we have terrible sound so we can get AI to fill in our voices.
That's key. That's key.
It's the trick to our success. All right. So the sound is going to lead us into how is this pertaining to the paranormal, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Back on track.
Okay. So, and we're going to actually experiment with this, have an event at the Palmer House now coming up in March 12th to the 14th. Everybody come see Dave Schrader and Dustin Perry, and a whole bunch of us are going to be there. We're going to do some really different types of investigating, 2 nights worth. And one of them that we're going to do, because of sacred geometry and how it affects the seen and the unseen, is we're going to do some experiments with music, certain types of music. Silence will bring spirits out in one way if you are using the correct, I shouldn't say correct, the right frequencies and types of music. It will bring them out in other ways. And I can't give you specifics on that because I've never done it before, but I've just been doing all the research, and I'm pulling from here, and here. But when you think about, if all of this is about the matrix, which is based on the sound waves that go through it, that establishes reality and perception, it's got to work for the unseen just like it works for the seen.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So, you know how when you sit in paranormal investigations and everybody is just quiet?
Sure.
Well, everybody but me. I usually make some sort of noise and then feel terrible, and
then Dave yells at you.
then
Party.
Dave yells at me.
Yeah, I'm for the ones that I've been on where it's hard to get people quiet. Face it, we like to talk.
There's a lot of people. Yes,
I
it's
get a
hard
lot
to
of
get it quiet.
distractions.
Yeah.
Easily distracted.
Yeah, which is why I like the Estes method so well,
Oh, see,
because
I
we
don't-
shut out everything.
Yeah.
So it's just what's coming through. And I
Right.
have to believe that doing this is a lot like the results are going to be a lot like the Estes method,
I'm sure.
in that you're sort of clearing the path, you're clearing the channel, if you will,
Mhm.
and it will allow then more of, because spirits are energy, they run on frequency too, that more is going to come through. Will
Okay.
it come through in the same way? I don't know. I can't answer that yet. But hopefully we'll be able to, get something validated about this.
Yeah.
I think it has a lot of promise.
Yeah, I'm
And we're
sure
gonna-
it does.
Absolutely.
And we're
And
going to
listen,
have,
I'm open to any experiments. I want to see more and different things all over the place. Let's
right? And we're
let's
going to have a
broaden
psychic.
our horizons.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Tressa.
Oh no, I'm sorry if
No,
I interrupted you.
interrupt her. It's fine.
Hey,
Oh, I'm sorry. That was.
The psychic medium that we're going to have there, she is actually a retired California law enforcement person.
Oh.
And she's a
that's
psychic
nice.
medium. So she approaches her psychic mediumship differently than a lot of other psychic mediums approach it. And so she will be on hand also. And so we will see what she gets. And every time I've been to Palmer, there has been something different that has happened. The last time I was there, it was when Dave, Shane, and Cindy were there the last time.
Okay.
And I was in the basement with Shane, and this psychic medium was down there with us too, and some other people. And all of a sudden, we started getting these bright red flashing like lights, and there were people in the whole circle, and it's like in the middle of the circle, and
Wow.
everybody saw it, and they're like, "What is that?" And I didn't say, I knew right away what it was, and I never said a word. And people are like, "I've never seen this before. What could this possibly be?" And we're looking for reflections, off of things, even though it was completely dark down there. And so finally everybody got quiet, and Shane just goes, "Damn, that's not like anything I've ever seen before." And I just kind of quietly said, "You just saw angels." Those were honest to God angels. And the red, that was Uriel. That's Uriel's aura, is red. Uriel is the archangel
Thank you.
of wisdom.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay. That's the first and only time it's ever happened. Because the Palmer people didn't know anything about that. They've said, "We've never had anybody tell us about it." We had like 8 people that saw it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why? You said Uriel? Uriel?
Mm-hmm.
They would have showed up for that specific instance? Was something
good
happening?
Yeah, I've been trying to remember what were we putting out there to try to get someone, to communicate with us. I took a bonk on the head end of September last year, my 4th concussion. So yeah, I was out for 4 minutes on one of the streets of St. Paul after the Keith Urban concert.
You're not supposed to do that after the military.
Yeah, scared the bejesus out of my husband.
I think.
Yeah, but so my head isn't quite all back together yet. There's some things that I have gaps that I can't remember. Plus, my age doesn't help. But yeah, so I'm going to be seeing the psychic medium who's going to be here at Palmer. I'm going to talk to her when we get up there and say, what were we doing at that point in time? And see if she remembers.
Awesome.
That's
That's
super
wild.
interesting. The whole concept is very interesting, this experiment. I love hearing about this stuff.
Yeah.
I love that the psychic medium was a cop too.
Right.
It's got to be a really cool way of looking at things.
Really different, which I love because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, just like Sarah and I do a lot together. Sarah Lemos and I, Lemos. I just call her Lemon because I love her so much. But then I have another really good friend who's a Greek psychic medium. I mean, she lives in Greece.
Okay. I was like, is it different? She just detects Greek stuff?
Yeah, well, because she knows the whole Greek mythology and everything. In fact, we're going to be together at Rock Island Paracon in October, and we're going to do a whole session on Greek mythology and angels and demons. We're going to.
Oh, I'm into it. That's not super far from us. Okay.
I say, are you guys going to be there? Come.
I mean,
perhaps.
Yeah, that sounds really fun.
Yeah. And then we can hang out too.
Yes.
Yeah, we could. I mean, yes.
Right. Well, and then we can, that whole building.
I stopped hiding in my house at that point. Yeah.
we could do some music experiments there because the building's haunted.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah.
Because I'll have a few things under my belt to know a little better how this works.
Yeah, let's plan on that. Let's just plan that right now.
Date.
I have a little bit of time to learn how to Gregorian chant. So
how low can you drop?
We'll find out.
That's the key.
There's always AI we can use to drop it down.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is this is all super fascinating.
It is. And, because this is all this stuff that we're never going to know all the answers to until that moment in time, whenever and wherever it is. But I know from my having gone from this place on Earth to my home, which is wherever out there is Pleidia. Pleidia might be just right across the street for all I know, but based on how we understand things, it's out there somewhere. There's so much that if we knew it now, we would just be zombies sitting and staring at each other.
I mean, I kind of am anyway. Hey, I got to tell you about this headline I just read, but did not read the article. They said that a scientist has located the physical location of heaven somewhere in the universe, and I don't know where it was. I don't know what his theory is, but he's located it. I'm excited about it.
Yep, it's right here.
No, the physical one.
The universe is right here too.
This is the thing. This is the thing that she does. Is like she lobs out these like headlines, and then I start going, that can't be true. And then I start researching, and then I read the article or the entire issue of something, and then go, that's not what I wanted it to be.
That's why you don't read it. You just read the headline. It's all fun and good.
And then I just have that information floating around in my brain, which it's kicks something else that I wanted out.
Yeah.
Like how to do algebra.
You'll read another article and it'll trigger that and go, oh, but wait a minute. That guy said that. And then you start putting two and two together. And then there's that one. And then pretty soon you've got a nice little nugget that you could have conversations like this about.
Yeah, this one where I mentioned a headline I read.
Let me tell you, I can visualize anything. Makes my husband nuts.
Yep, Jenny's my husband in this instance. So
I gotta go research it and then look at it.
Why? I told you everything you need to know.
That is not accurate. You did not tell me everything I needed to know. You told me very little what I needed to know.
I told you the important stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm learning more and more about you two all the time.
I have research to do.
All right,
You
we're
know,
getting to the end of the hour. What would you
we
like to
are.
say, Jeni?
You know, we're all just, it's just such a low point for so many different reasons, everywhere. Do you have, Jodi, not Tressa, on this one, do you have just a couple of maybe ideas for us to, the collective us, really just me though, to sort of refresh and dust off that, goodness, peace,
The goodness, peace.
Optimism?
the optimism, peace.
Yeah, and it's almost been said so many times, it's overdone and it's become cliche. But I mean, gratitude is the freaking biggest thing that there is. Before I go to bed at night, when I first get up in the morning, I am like, thank you for whatever. And I try to come up with something different every single time. And then every time when you want to complain about something, find the silver lining in it, because not everything is 100% gloom and doom. It just isn't. Now, granted, I was on Dave Schrader's podcast about a month ago, and I said, I know I sound like a Pollyanna. He said, no, you don't sound like a Pollyanna. He said, he said, that's called positive thinking. And that's what we need to do more of, is instead of dwelling on those things that send us into the pits of big, exhales and sighs and everything, we need to find those little pieces that bring us up out of it. And I mean, get outside. Oh Lord, I know it's the wintertime. You're in Chicago, I'm in Minneapolis, and it's like, go outside, really? But no, go outside. Even, this is so weird. My husband and I, it's winter, we have snow. We'll take our lawn chairs and sit outside our garage door if there's no wind from the south, and we'll just sit in the sun. And it's amazing how good it feels. I mean, we got to dress up in mucklucks and caps and, all that kind of stuff. But still, you just have to do it. Put on the music that makes you happy. Even if your friends can't stand, or your spouses and partners, your kids can't stand your style of music, if it makes you feel good, put it on and freaking dance. Dance until you go, you can't dance anymore. Dancing is one of the best things for boosting your mood. It's huge for boosting your mood. But put on the music that makes you feel good, not the stuff that makes you depressed. It's good music if it makes you cry, but doesn't make you depressed. There's a difference there, because crying is good. Crying is cleansing. And we got so much negative blah, 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 in us that we need to get that stuff out too. So those are the things that I do.
I like all those suggestions.
Dance naked. I don't care.
I'm not. I'm not dancing.
No.
Seems like a lot. It's like a lot of effort.
Can I get a shameless plug in before we go?
Would you please?
Yeah, 100%.
Give all the plugs,
all of
shameless
them,
or not.
Absolutely.
On Friday this week now, I start filming the second season of my TV show.
Oh.
It's called The Skeptic Veil, which is about all of this stuff. Yeah. So the first season was about all the things kind of on the outside that the veil deals with, everything from death to contact from whatever is out there to hidden worlds and all those sorts of things. And now the second season is going to be the veil that's inside of us. So it's about consciousness and self and connection.
And where do people find it?
On YouTube. And it's called The Skeptic Veil.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Is there a link to that on your website as well?
Yes, there's a whole page.
Okay, perfect. Because we've got your link in the show notes. You can find it there. Your website and everything.
Right. But if not, just go on YouTube and put The Skeptic Veil in.
Perfect. Yeah. Do you have an events page on your website too?
I do.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Sarah
Everybody
and I
go
are
to our
returning
website.
to the Queen Mary in September.
That's exciting.
Very.
I've never been.
Oh, come.
Okay.
We have too much fun with our events. We really do.
I do not doubt that at all.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to the Queen Mary.
Yep.
So listen, it's so nice to have you back. You're such a refreshing ray of sunshine in this
Yes.
gloomy everything right now. So thank you so much for taking the time. We love you to death.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for having me. I love you guys to death. Big hugs.
Huge
To
hugs.
you.
Yep. We'll see you Rock Island Paracon.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome.
It's close.
Okay.
Everybody else, hey, you can check out our stuff on our website, monsterloungepodcast.com, and you can find merch and links and stuff and emails. So, until next time, thanks for visiting the Monsters Lounge.